I started an organization in 2006 called Students in Free Enterprise. It's a nonprofit organization with the intent of helping citizens in Windsor-Essex create economic opportunities for themselves through entrepreneurship. When you look at the impact that entrepreneurs have on our economy, I think it's substantial. And I think that entrepreneurship is a fundamental way for us to kind of climb out of this economic recession. And I think it's a way to diversify our economy. Oftentimes we confine ourselves to the business that we work in, and we don't realize how much of an impact we can make in our community. And I think that entrepreneurs play an integral role in the restructuring of our community right now. I've lived in the West End most of my life. It's a great place for us to overcome the challenges that we face in that area. The greatest way for us to do it is to do it in numbers. The blog did start off as a tool for preventing and eliminating crime. We want to use it also for other venues, such as enforcing bylaws, addressing any other types of issues and concerns in the area. I think there's just a lot of work to do, and when I look at what I want to leave in this world and what kind of role I want to play in our community, I look at all that needs to be done and all that could be done, and I think that just drives me.
I'm a lawyer by trade, actually, and I practice corporate and immigration law. But I spend most of my time on a business that I've been now running for almost a decade. It's a translations company and does translations in over 100 different languages. In the late 90s, I actually started doing interpretations myself at a refugee camp in Kosovo with the UN. Once I moved to Canada, it was a good opportunity to do it for the court system. I then realized that the opportunity is bigger than just myself doing interpretations, and started expanding, bringing on other linguists, and now we have a full team with over 1,000 people. Whether the translations company or a business that I'm going to move on to in the future, I think my aspirations are more entrepreneurial. Canada, it was a great place to actually really run with it, because we're such a diverse country that this was a great opportunity. When I first moved to Canada, Windsor was my home base. I grew to love the city and intend to ultimately spend the rest of my life here. I like what the city has to offer, and I think the area has great potential, which is why I'm such a great believer in. Being a translations company, you're consistently working with the companies from abroad, and it's a great pitch to tell them, consider Windsor as a place to be based. I've just been in Canada just over 11 years at this point, and there really seems to be a lot of things to be proud of, but at the same time only realizing there's so much more to do, because these are just the first steps in all the initiatives that I'm working on.
Day 2.
People know me as an individual who's out there in the community making a difference. It's very exciting. It's a fun time to be in Windsor right now as we kind of go through this whole transformation as a city. So it's very, very exciting. I work at Workforce Windsor-Essex as a project officer. So we're one of 25 local boards across Ontario that deal with workforce development issues. So we're taking a look at what jobs are increasing, decreasing, what new developments are happening, and really on the cusp of what's going on in the Windsor-Essex region. If you go back to elementary school, I first started to get involved in the program called Kids Alliance. I actually was co-founder and co-chair of the Mayor's Youth Advisory Committee. I was involved in that for a number of years, and then transitioned into a working young professional in Windsor. I was up in London for a year. It was good to get away, but it also showed me how much that I missed Windsor and how much I missed the people and my family and everybody else here. So I decided to make the trek back down the 401 to Windsor, and I've been happy ever since.